Welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the Tier 1 Japanese light tank, the Renault Otsu. Now, it's the first time I've reviewed a Tier 1 tank. I don't normally do it, but 8.10 update is here and the brand new Japanese line has been introduced. So I thought, hey, I'd start from Tier 1 and work my way through. Now, generally, this is actually a very, very good Tier 1 tank. It's a Renault, and it's basically, there are already two Renaults in the game, the Chinese and the French. Basically, the Chinese took the French Renault and they used that. And so, I'll just run through the stats quickly and then we'll compare them. It has 110 hit points, weighs between 8 and 10 tonne, has 75 horsepower, which is a lot for a Tier 1 tank. 23 kilometers an hour it does, has a 36 traverse speed, which is very good. The hull armour is 30 at the front, and it's sloped, which is very good. 30 at the sides and 22 at the rear. And the upgraded turret is 20 all around. The turret traverse speed is 24, which is a little bit slow actually for this tank. The view range is 280 and the signal range is 350, which are both adequate for this tier. Now, the thing is, those of you who know the other Renaults will know, this armour, in Tier 1, this armour is better than the armour on any other Tier 1 tank. A lot better. I think the next best armour for the hull is 18. This on the front of its hull has 30. And the turret has 20. That gives it better armour than anything else in the game. And not only that, it's 30 on the sides as well. And at 20 on the back. A lot of tanks won't even be able to penetrate the back of this thing. However, we do have an enormous weak spot on the roof. That cupola there. So you can hit that and you can penetrate that fairly easily. And I do believe some of these areas in here you can penetrate. This area here is also quite flat. I wouldn't bother shooting on here or here. And some sides you've got these things sticking out, which will be probably targets. But pretty much that cupola is what I was aiming at. That works quite well. Now, so let's just quickly compare. If I go to the tech tree and we go to the French, because they've got a Renault, there it is. Let's get up the vehicle details. The Chinese have got one, so let's get that up. And then let's go to the Japanese one and we'll get that up as well. And we can compare them all right here. So, we'll start with the French because, hey, Renault is a French name. I'll put them like that. So the Renault has 105 hit points. When the Chinese got a hold of it, it drops to 100 hit points, but the Japanese one has 110. So it's already slightly better than the others. The others are much lighter. Like for the French, it's a maximum weight of about 5 tonne. The Chinese gets a maximum weight of just over 6 tonne. And now it's got a maximum weight of 10 tonne, so it's a lot heavier. 39 horsepower I think it is for the French, 45 for the Chinese, and 75 for the Japanese. So they've put a lot more power into it. The speed, 21 for the French, 25 for the Chinese, quite a bit faster, and 23 for the Japanese. So Japanese speed is in between the two. And traverse, don't pay too much attention to traverse because the Japanese thing I've got here is fully upgraded and the others might not be on these stats. But the Chinese is 36, the Renault is probably a bit better than that, and the Japanese is 36. Here's the interesting part though, look at the armour. Hull armour, 16 all round for both the French and the Chinese. And the Japanese, as I said before, 30, 30, 22. So looking at pretty much double the thickness on the front and sides. And the turret armour is 16 and then 14 at the back, and the same with the Chinese. But we've got 20 all round for the Japanese. That's a distinct advantage, especially at this tier because guns don't have very good penetration. The turret traverse is much quicker on the other two at 38, and it's 24 on a Japanese tank. So the turret traverse is a lot slower. I didn't find it a problem though. And the view range and signal range, don't bother comparing those because these tanks probably aren't upgraded at the moment because I don't have them in my garage at the moment. So that shows you basically the Japanese tank is better in every way except for perhaps turret traverse. Now, put that together with the gun selection, which is actually very good. Actually, I might just, while we're here, let's just have a look at the French tank, for example. The best gun, the French one you can get, has a 46 penetration and 27 damage. Now our Japanese tank here, actually I'll have a look in the research trees, it's easy for you to see. The best gun has a 32 penetration and a 45 damage. So there's your trade-off. We haven't got the same amount of penetration. So we've got fantastic armor, but our gun doesn't have as good penetration. And that is the best penetrating gun that the Japanese get. I have a look. You do get a auto loader here, which is excellent to have a bit of fun with. But for me, it just didn't have enough penetration. So I've gone for this gun, the 37mm. It has the best penetration. You can use premium ammo to get the penetration up to 48. But yeah, that's the difference, I guess. Fantastic armor and pretty good speed, but the gun doesn't have quite good penetration. So you do have to aim for weak spots. This is one of the few tanks, though, in Tier 1 where it's actually worth angling because your armor is very, very good. So, I mean, you could probably angle about like that, and a lot of tanks are going to find it very hard. A lot of these auto, like machine gun type firing ones, just ping, 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 ping. Unfortunately, it's really hard to show you at the moment because nearly everybody who's playing is playing this tank. It's like there might be one medium tank or something like that in the team, that everybody else has got this tank. So it's a bit hard to show you, but I've got a game anyway for you to have a look at. My crew is 100% for the game. You already get 100% crew when you get the tank. I have fitted camo net, toolbox, repair kit, and binocs just for the for this demo. They're all removable. I don't want to spend any money on this tank. I'll be getting rid of it. I've only played 4 games in it. That's all I needed to elite it. Actually, I think I elited it after the 3rd game, so you don't need a lot to get this tank elite. And then I'll get the Tier 2 and review that one for you. Now, the gun depression on this tank is amazing. There's no stats on it on Wiki Tanks at the moment, but just looking at it, I would say it's at least 20 degrees, or at least 15 degrees, probably more like 20 degrees. And the elevation's probably about 20 degrees as well. So it will fight on hills very, very well. It'll be a great little niche for it. And it goes quite well. The power ratio is quite good. Once you get the upgraded engine, with the first engine, the speed is not so good, but the second engine makes a huge difference and it goes quite well. At range, the gun suffers a little bit. It's better up close. The accuracy is not fantastic. At 0.5 accuracy, it's not great, but then not many Tier 1 guns are. The rate of fire of 17.65 is quite good though. The aiming time of 2.7 is does feel quite slow. But other than that, I reckon it's one of the best Tier 1 tanks going. Let's have a look at some gameplay and have fun. Okay. So as you can see, I don't know if you saw that, but nearly everybody is driving an Otsu. We've got one medium, a Vickers medium. I was just showing the gun depression there. If you, hopefully you're watching now, I'm showing the elevation. Yeah, look at all these Otsus here. So we've got a T1 and we've got a Vickers medium, and the other team has 2 Vickers mediums, and that's it. Every other tank is the Renault Otsu. So unfortunately, it doesn't give you a good chance to show the tank off against other tanks, but you'll get a bit of an idea anyway, I guess. So making my way up to the center, see if we can capture the center. Now, I haven't got my normal mods because 8.10 updates just come out, and the mods I use, he hasn't updated them to this patch yet. So I've got the standard looking game, and it's yeah, you don't get anywhere near as much information about who's shooting you, what they're shooting you with, or anything like that. So I much prefer my mods. But all right, so I'm expecting to see someone soon, and we sure do. I'm waiting to see him, line him up.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And he'd already been hit, I think, by our other tank, so I get the kill there. Now I'm getting shot. He's using a rapid fire gun, and it does penetrate me a little bit. It only does 18 damage, although it does damage my tracks. I'm using the top gun, which does has the best pen. I'm wanting to get a shot at these guys, but my other tanks are trying to do the same thing, I guess, and I just don't want to get in each other's way. Just trying to sneak it through. Look. I aimed at his cupola. I think I actually hit a little below the cupola. That one I got his cupola. Oh yeah, getting his cupola there. As you can see, I couldn't see anything. All I could do was barely see his cupola. Just aimed at it. It was a little bit confusing. These rapid fire guns do make it hard to see. Okay, well I shot him through the top of his turret. So the turret, remember, is only 20. The hull is quite thick, so there's no point, like here, I am at the hull, and nothing happened. So there's no point shooting these guys in the hull. You have to go cupola like that, or the turret. So I don't think these guys, these Otsus, have enough penetration to even penetrate themselves in the body. They can only penetrate each other in the turret. So yeah, if you see one of these, don't bother aiming anywhere except the turret and the cupola if you get a chance, just to guarantee it to go in. Or if you're using a different gun, if you're using a gun with less pen than in this gun, you might want to make sure you always go for the cupola. It is pretty big, and it does show from every angle, that cupola, so that's kind of helps. So we've got 3 kills. We're just trying to see if there's anything else long range we can do. Whoops, we're getting outflanked. We've got to hurry up and turn around. Can we get the shot? Luckily the other guy gets him. Now I notice there are 2 tanks there behind. We're sort of putting a squeeze on them. Looks like we're winning. I decided, should I go around up the top and use the gun to pressure shoot down on them, or will I just go around? And I should have gone and up the top and shot down at them, but I got a bit, you know, overconfident here, as you can see. It's because when you're playing these lower tiers, because this tank's just come out, there are lots of people trying out the tank. And yeah, so there's going to be some good players playing the tanks because they're trying them out. And I just didn't give enough respect to my opposition and thought, oh, I'll just drive up and shoot them in a cupola. And of course, someone on the other side did the same thing to me. So there you go. We got 3 kills, we did a bit of damage. That was enough apparently to get a class 2. I think I got class 3 in my first game. So probably not a lot of people have played it yet because it only got released today. It'll probably be a bit harder to get it after a week, and then probably in about 4 or 5 weeks you'll be able to get your mastery badge pretty easily because hardly anyone will be driving it by then, I would think. Yeah, not a bad little tank. Like you see, the Armour, you know, took a bit of a beating. Actually, we'll see if we did take a beating with the Armour or not. It felt like we did. Please excuse the telephone. Someone will get it shortly. So we did alright on kills, experience not too bad. Let's have a look. Shots fired 9, direct hits 5, penetrations 5. So everything we hit with penetrated. Damage 181, hits received 39, penetrations 10. So we bounced a lot of shots. Non-penetrations 29, potential damage received 534. So that shows you the Armour is very good. Now those ones shooting at us would have been probably other Otsus with rapid fire guns, which I didn't use because I don't like having a gun that won't penetrate. The enemies damaged 3, destroyed 3. Yep. And yeah, you can make a little bit of money, tier 1. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll do the tier 2 one shortly. Thank you for watching my review of the tier 1 Japanese tank, the Renault Otsu. And I hope you enjoyed that little review. I will be trying to do the whole line. I'm not sure yet we're going to start off with the lights or the mediums, but they converge anyway. So watch out for future reviews. If you want to see the future ones, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. And if you did like this, please give it a thumbs up. And hopefully you'll watch me next time. Have fun.